GAN have just released the GAN 16, which will be one of the biggest cubes to come out for the whole of 2025. With a completely new design and some smaller, exciting changes, here is everything you need to know about it. To begin, the most obvious difference is the total redesign of each piece, as they are now similar in shape as something like the WRM V11 or Tornado version 4. But why are GAN doing this? Well, for the past 3 years with the 13, 14 and 15, cubers have been complaining about how bad the turning is. This is because it's really scratchy, too fast and prone to lockups. Therefore, the result of this is that a lot of people prefer to use the older GAN cubes, such as the 11 and 12, or move away from the brand completely and going with 3x3s from Moyu and X-Man. So evidently, from the past couple of years, GAN haven't been doing so well with their releases, meaning unless they change something drastic, people are just going to stop buying their cubes. This means that they have decided this year to completely redesign the hardware inside of this 3x3, and like I mentioned a second ago, it now resembles the WRM V11 and Tornado version 4. But what's so special about these cubes, and why do GAN want to copy them so much? Well, to answer that, they are much softer, smoother, and have better corner cutting than most of the competitors. This resonates a lot with cubers, as they are now able to turn at much faster speeds while still having remarkable control and stability. Therefore, it's clear GAN has seen this and decided that they want to start designing their products in a similar way, as it's more appealing to the majority of people. As a result, the 16 is visually very different to previous releases, and we can only hope that this helps to ensure the turning and performance is better than the past couple of years. Currently, it's not completely known whether this has worked and if the cube is actually good, because all of the reviews come from retailers or people sponsored by GAN, which makes it hard to believe they are totally unbiased. However, so far it seems promising, with many of the videos having lots of positive things to say. Now, moving away from that, let's take a look at the smaller changes, which will actually have quite a big impact when using this 3x3. Later, I will also cover the issues I have with the 16, but first let's take a look at the all-new tensioning system. This year, GAN has gone with a primarily white design with black numbers, which makes it so much easier to read and adjust. In the past, it has been a guessing game as to which setting you are on, as the numbers were difficult to read, resulting in changing the tensions taking way longer than it should have. However, with the 16, it appears to be a whole lot easier. But now, before we go on to the second change that they have made with this release, if you want to become a member of this channel to gain access to exclusive videos every single month and a bunch of other features, click the join button below this video. It's relatively cheap and it really helps the channel, plus you get to see more cubing content which is unavailable for most other viewers. So go to the link in the description or click the join button to become a member. Back to it though, and the second change that they have made on this cube is the introduction of edge to centerpiece magnets. These are designed to give more stability whilst turning, as it increases the magnetic pull when the layers are misaligned. I personally think that these features are usually more of a gimmick than a benefit. However, I am yet to actually try the 16, so this edition could be very good. But with that being said, what are the issues with this cube? Well, the most obvious one is how expensive it is, coming in at $85. For the same price, you could get the WRM V11 and Tornado version 4, which are likely as good, if not better. Plus, those 3x3s have actually already proven themselves with tons of great reviews from people not being paid to say positive things. So you really have to ask yourself, do you risk spending nearly $100 on a cube that so far seems decent? Or do you spend half of that on one you know is definitely very good? The second issue I have with this release is how GAN are still going with having no easily adjustable magnets. Obviously they do have extra rods which you can swap with the ones already in the corner pieces, but to be honest, you'd expect for the price that this cube would come with adjustable magnets on the walls of the edges or corners, which could be easily adjustable with a screwdriver. Personally, I think a feature like this is almost compulsory on a 3x3 over $50, as you are paying a premium price, meaning you should have the most premium hardware. I mean, I can understand that this isn't a massive issue for most people, and you are likely to only change the magnets once and then keep them how they are, but still, it would be nice to have the option. With that being said, is the GAN 16 worth it, and should you buy it? Well, I think that it depends. For the majority of people, my answer would be no, but for the few that like the premium feeling of GAN cubes and are optimistic about the changes that have been made this time round, it could be worth it. But what do you think? Will you buy this cube? Let me know in the comments. Consider becoming a member by clicking the join button below, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.